I own a small business with 3 employees. I live with my husband and daughter. I want me to make you some brownies for Valentine's Day?
Brownies? Sounds good!
We all got along pretty well. Life was good. 2 years ago, my older brother passed away. I still miss him very much, but I've moved on. He was diagnosed with terminal cancer a few years ago. I still can't believe he's gone. He was quite wealthy. He left us hundreds of thousands of dollars. I had my own business and everything, but I've never seen that much money before. I didn't really know what to do with it at first. I better put into my savings account for now. Gotta spend this money carefully. I talked to my husband about it too. We decided to put it all into our rainy day fund. Anyways, things settled down after that. But then one day, something happened.
Hey, my parents asked me if they could borrow some money. You still got that money your brother left you, right? Can you lend them some?
What? My parents-in-law wanted to borrow some money from me. For what?
Not sure, but they sounded desperate.
But they're your parents. I gotta know what it's for. How much do they want anyways? Didn't he have a savings of his own? How much money are we talking about here? Then he said to me,
$100,000.
What? No way! I said to him, but that didn't matter.
But I already told them yes.
Fine, I'll go talk to them myself. I'm not lending them money. I headed to his parents' house right away. So, what do you need the money for? $100,000 is a lot of money. They looked at each other in silence. But when I told them that I was leaving, my mother-in-law finally said, Runa, she cheated on her husband, and she needs $100,000 to pay him in damages. Again? Runa was my husband's sister. She got caught cheating on her husband 3 years ago. She made her daughter wait outside in mid-August while her boyfriend was over. When you heard about that, you were really mad, so you didn't want to tell me what the money was for.
Pretty much.
My family never had trouble like this, but my husband's family was a mess. They were used to this kind of stuff.
Runa doesn't have that kind of money, and neither do my parents. Just help them out. Come on, it's only $100,000.
Was he being serious? I told them I wasn't going to give them a dime. They started freaking out. They called me all kinds of names on my way out. I hated Runa. She was a homewrecker. I wasn't going to help her.
They got nowhere else to go. Just lend them the money. Come on. You're being unreasonable.
My husband said to me in the car. So now I was the bad guy? The next day,
Dad says he's gonna cancel my education insurance.
What?
I asked him if you knew about this, but then he just got up and left. I'm sorry, Mom.
You don't have to apologize, baby. Thanks for telling me. I'm done with him. My husband tried to take money from our daughter's college fund. Unbelievable. He didn't know where I kept the bank book, so he asked my daughter where it was. And when she asked him what it was for,
I'm gonna cancel your education insurance,
he said to her.
Does Mom know about this?
She doesn't have to. Look, Runa is in trouble. Don't you feel sorry for her? What's wrong with you? Forget it. I'm out of here.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. He can't get away with this. I asked him where he was.
Her husband is asking her to pay child support, too. He's gonna take her daughter away from her. I feel really bad for her, so I'm gonna go talk to her.
What the hell is he talking about? What happened to him? He used to be such a nice person. Where did we go wrong? His sister. She got caught cheating on her husband, and she needs the money to pay her husband.
Oh, I see. Well, if you want to get a divorce, it's fine. Lots of people get divorced these days. I'll be fine.
She was such a sweet kid. I felt like crying, but I didn't have time for that. This was my chance. Sorry, baby. We started packing. I didn't want to put my daughter through this, but I had no choice. I couldn't live with this man anymore. My husband didn't come home for a few days. That actually worked to our advantage. I found a good divorce lawyer and found a new apartment for us to move into. A few days later, we moved out. Then I got a call from my sister-in-law's husband. He came to see me with his lawyer.
Runa told me she was ready to pay me, but there's no way she has that kind of money, so I asked her where she got it, and...
My sister-in-law's gonna pay for me, no worries,
she said to him. I don't think so.
I didn't believe her, but she kept saying the same thing, so that's why I called.
I kind of felt bad for him. I told him everything he wanted to know.
I'm so sorry I got you involved in all this.
You don't have to apologize. You did nothing wrong. We talked for about an hour. His lawyer gave me a card for a lawyer who specialized in asset management. He said it would come in handy, so that was kind of nice. Anyways, a few days later, I got a text from my husband.
Runa wants to apologize. Come home, will you?
Does he really think I'd let him off the hook? That everything would go back to normal? Think again. He even texted Aya, trying to explain himself, but I told her to ignore it. He just doesn't get it. Whatever, I'm done with him. I'm glad he left us the money, but I don't want to become dependent on it. We talked about this many times. We'll use it as a rainy day fund for family emergencies.
Yeah, you're right.
But saving his dumb sister didn't count as a family emergency to me. She's not even family. And she always looked down on me. She made fun of the fact that my company only had 3 employees. Why would I lend her a dime? I'd rather spend it on something else. I got a call from my in-laws a few days later. They didn't want me to leave their son because if I did that, it'll be impossible to come up with $100,000 for their daughter. I'm just an ATM machine to them. Then for some reason, I got a text from my sister-in-law.
Can we still be friends? Our kids seem to like each other, so LOL.
I don't think we were friends to begin with, and leave the kids out of this. And her husband is gonna take custody of her daughter anyways. And another thing, $100,000 was just for damages. She still had to pay him child support. So even if I lend them the money, it won't solve their problems, but lend us $100,000. I don't think they realize that. What a bunch of idiots. Whatever, I'm done with them. They're not even my real family. I'm gonna ask my husband to pay for child support too. But as for damages, I wasn't gonna ask him for much. He tried to cancel the education insurance, but he was too dumb to figure out how to do it, so my daughter's college fund was safe. But this was still his fault, so I had to sue him for damages, just as a formality. Whatever, I just want to get this over with. When I saw the amount of money my brother left me, I thought I was gonna faint. But I grew up in a poor family, so I didn't even know what to do with it. I guess that was a good thing now that I think about it. My husband wasn't a big spender either, but I guess having all that money changed him. I'm glad I didn't tell him the exact amount of money my brother left me. If I had, they probably would have asked me for more. Anyways, a few months later, the divorce was finalized. Aya made some new friends at her new school. I was so happy for her.
My friends and I are gonna make some chocolate next weekend.
I see. Try making some with marshmallows.
Sounds good.
Oh, and as for my ex-sister-in-law, she got dumped by her boyfriend right after the divorce. Not sure what happened to her after that, but according to her ex-husband,
She paid me in full.
that's good, I guess. Not sure how she came with the money, but whatever. I don't really want to know. Well, I guess she got what she deserved. Good riddance.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Bye.